Okay. Good evening. This is the December 16th meeting of the Auburn School Building Committee. Starting a little bit late here, just waiting to get quorum, but we have it now. I'd like to open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Join me.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is being recorded, and ask if anybody else is recording. None. Okay. Next item on the agenda is citizens' comments. Seeing none, we'll move on to the next. Is approval of meeting minutes from the last meeting.
I have a question, Mr.
Sure.
Chairman. We had an item, Gidry and Plate real estate analysis last month, and my note said that we did not approve this minute, and I believe others said we have, and it's not in the minutes at all. So my question would be, did we approve this at the last meeting, or
Well,
should
yeah.
it be up for this?
My package of information says we did. I was talking to Skanska. They remembered that it was, and we had forgotten it on here, so we'll have to.
So it's missing from
It's
the minutes?
missing from the minutes, so we'll have to amend the minutes or approve it as an amended minutes, or wait until the next meeting. We could do that too.
Okay.
Just amend them and
But we
wait.
are sure that it was approved, because I had written not approved.
I mean, we can hold off until the next meeting and just approve
Okay.
both meeting minutes if we
That's
want to
fine.
do that. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's not gonna.
Well,
Then you can research it and just make sure.
it did say at the bottom here that the fee is due and payable upon receipt, and if not paid within 15 days, there would be a 5% late charge.
I remember you even asking questions about that at the last meeting and stuff, and we.
And we said that it most likely would be charged.
Right.
Okey-doke, and I don't have any further questions on the minutes.
So
I move that we approve them. I move that we approve.
as amended with the Goodry and Platt invoice. Okay.
Second.
Any other discussions, comments? All right. If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Those are approved. Next item up is the some of our general updates and stuff. I think Scans has got a little slide presentation and stuff, just to give a quick look at what's inside the building, or what's going on around the site and everything. So.
Sure. We put together a brief slideshow just to keep everyone up to date for anybody that hasn't been in the building recently. Just a quick note, safety remains excellent on the site. The site's clean, it's well coordinated, there's been no incidents. And any minor infractions that come up are quickly dealt with by the Fontaine team, so they're doing a great job on safety. Last month, the month of November, they put in place over $2 million worth of work, and this is just a quick collection of slides just to show some highlights from November. During November, the translucent panels at the gymnasium were installed, tightening up the building and allowing us to get heat into that section of the building. You'll also notice the canopy framing at the front of the gymnasium. Exterior metal panels are ongoing. They're working on the insulation and the Z-bars, which attach the panels to the building, and they should be starting the actual panels either the end of this week or early next week. They're on site and they're ready to go. They're going to be adding a crew to push that work along. The athletic fields, we noted last month that the blasting was completed. So you see that the athletic field is basically at subgrade. Before the before the cold weather came in, they were able to get the fence posts installed and also the riprap at the rear slope there. Inside the building, metal stud framing has progressed into the lobby area and also the cafeteria and the locker rooms. See the cafeteria, most of the metal stud framing, they should start drywalling in that area. The stage area is all placed. There's just a minor, the top left picture shows a small concrete placement that's yet to happen. This is the administrative wing where the main office and the guidance offices are. Drywall's hung, taped, should be ready for prime painting to start soon. Typical classrooms. In the classroom wing, you see this color on the wall, that's finished paint. You see ceiling grid in place. The classroom wings are moving right along and you know, remain on or ahead of schedule. And even some of the other finishes, including bathroom tiles, going in just about all the bathrooms in the classroom and the core. Tile floors, tile walls are all done. So that's just a quick update for some photos. Other update, we had our MSBA visit the end of November. We came out toward the site, went through their checklist. They were very happy with the project. They also could clearly see that it was well coordinated, clean job site. They commented a couple of times that Fontaine's doing an excellent job with not only keeping the project moving ahead, but making it a clean, safe work site. For West Street, the Verizon poll petitions were approved November 24th. We do have an invoice included in the packet, which is it's basically Verizon's cost for all of their work on West Street. The town manager signed off on the initial proposal to get it moving along, but we will have to make a payment before they begin any work. VHB also had their Conservation Commission hearing on December 10th, which was a continuation. The hearing was closed, everything was approved, so VHB is continuing along with their design, and we expect after the first of the year the bid documents will be ready to put out on the street for the West Street widening. Any questions?
No? I guess that, okay, thanks. Eric from Lamro Pagano's got an update?
Have just a handout. So our what Lamro Pagano, our focus has kind of shifted away from some of the submittal reviews and color and finish selections that we've spent a lot of time on in the past few months. We're seeing that the submittals are slowing down. We get some resubmittals on things that are being taken care of, and we've selected, you know, most of the colors have been released, so we're seeing a few odd submittals and color selections come through now. But really our focus has shifted to two major areas. One is the Mass Chips process, which is the green school, and the other is the FF&E and technology procurement. And what I've passed out is an update on the Mass Chips. What that is the first page is an update on the status of the process, and the last 4 or 5 pages are a revised Massachusetts scorecard with the credits that we're seeking. And again, we're receiving, or this project will receive additional reimbursement for achieving 50 credits, and right now we're targeting 55, definitely 55 credits for yes. So we anticipate meeting that pretty easily. So we've been, what we're doing right now is finalizing documentation for the design submission. This is after registering for the project. This is the first major submission into Mass CHIPS. Our HVAC engineers and electrical engineers have had to provide information relative to these certain credits that we're applying for. There's been a few items from the district, and I know recently saw some letters come back from the superintendent signed attesting to things like green cleaning practices and maintenance procedures down the road. So all of those documents are being collected, and our intent is by early to mid-January to finalize that, have all the documentation in place, and make that submission to Mass CHIPS. And our green consultant for this process has been in contact with Mass CHIPS regarding the schedule, and they are fine with this schedule. We are okay as far as schedule goes. Once that submission's made, Mass CHIPS will issue an invoice for their review of the design submission, and we won't know what it is until we actually submit it, and it's based on a number of points and credits. But once they receive payment for that, they'll review the design submission. And then looking ahead long-term, our next major milestone for the Mass CHIPS process is the construction phase submission, and that would happen in late August, after the project is complete and occupied, and we have all the construction documentation, things like documentation of waste disposal and that sort of thing, and product data as well. Are there any questions relative to Mass CHIPS? Okay, moving ahead to our other focus is on FF&E. I think last month I reported on the budget, and a revised budget was approved at that meeting. And what we have been doing is revising the list of equipment and furnishings and technology items, along with the budget spreadsheet. Excuse me. That was just sent to the district for their review and comment. We currently, based on that iteration of the budget, we're $17,600 under the budget that was approved at the last meeting. However, there is still a couple of music and athletic items in flux, but we don't anticipate major changes there, and we will be within that budget.
What, excuse me, sir, what was the number below? 17,000 what?
About 17,600
Okay.
under budget.
Thank you.
So again, a kind of a 2-month look ahead on this process. Our intention is to finalize the FF&E list and budget, along with plans showing where those furnishing items and equipment are placed in the building for over the next month, and send those to the district for their approval by mid-January. And that would be a final list. And following that, until from mid-January to mid-February, the plan would be to prepare the bid documents. And also, at that point, we'd be making color and finish selections for the furnishings. We've given copies of the finishings that are in the building to our FF&E consultant, and she is, based on those finishes, will be making recommendations for colors of the furnishings and other equipment. So that would happen by mid-February. And then the technology process, the computers, the servers, the copiers, and that sort of thing, generally follows about a month behind the furnishings. They don't take as long to purchase, and they're really the last thing that goes in. So that's about a month behind the furnishings and equipment. Does anybody have any questions? I would just reiterate what Neil said too. We've been very happy with very pleased with the quality of the work we're seeing on site. When we do see something that's not quite right, and it's a rare occasion, it's very quickly rectified, and Bill Fanoff is doing a very good job out there with keeping the site clean, and people working in the right places, which doesn't sound simple, but it doesn't always happen that way. So we're very pleased with what we're seeing out there. Thank you.
Good,
Thank
thanks.
you.
All right, have a quick Fontaine update schedule.
All right, I'm not going to try and cover too much of what Neil said, but there is some overlap. That ramp in the cafetorium that's going to be poured tomorrow with our last interior concrete pour, we're going to do that in the main stair in the main lobby. You see that the drywall is starting to go up throughout the building. That's going to be going on throughout the end of the month. Pretty much the only light gauge metal framing is in that main lobby. Wrapping up probably this week, if not next week, in the classroom wing. Then we'll be moving over to the gym area and the cafeteria, followed by taping and painting. Windows are all in at this point. Right now we're just doing exterior caulking, and they started to arrive either late last week or this week, but we have curtain walls and storefronts, so those are going to start to go up throughout the building. Saw that the metal panels, the system's actually going in. We'll start to get some panels up shortly. Paint is going on throughout the building. Looks good. We're heated and enclosed in there, so they can fly. The tile is going up in the bathrooms and corridors throughout the building. Ceiling grid and tile, mostly just in the classroom wing right now. But I think we do have some up in the administrative area. Other than that, all the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing's going along. Once we get the grid and tile in, they can start to do the finishes with diffusers, and I think we have some lights going in. Everything is clean, looks good. Plumbing fixtures are starting to arrive, and finishes with all of that. They're also working in the electrical room and mechanical room. By the end of the month, if not early next month, we'll start to see some casework roll in the classroom area. So, we're getting there. And while I'm up here, thank you guys for acknowledging Bill's work. He's doing good out there, and we have a solid team out here, so it's been a team effort.
Great.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Any questions or anything? Okay, moving on to the next is our always favorite, the approval of invoices that are attached, our packages here. The first one that we come to is our Verizon pole work for West Street.
Make a motion to approve Verizon, reference number 4AOACOY in the sum of $143,323.55. Dated
October 1st.
October 1st.
We have a second, okay. Discussions, comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? That's approved.
Motion to approve Skanska invoice 131-183-PDS-12294-33, dated 12/5/14, in the sum of $49,925.
We have a second? We have a second. Discussions, comments? All right, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? It's a vote. Approved.
Motion to approve Lamar Pagano invoice number 1207-1411, dated 12/13/14, in the sum of $48,070.
I'll second.
We have a second, okay. Questions, comments? All right, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? It's approved.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On the, on that invoice, the GOL system for $18,000, was that something as far as the presentation? Because we didn't go with that, right?
Yeah, that was, if you remember back, we had to design through, they had to have it, they had to design to a certain point so they could bid it out, so that we could make the, decision on the alternates and everything. So that was the cost to design it up to that point.
All right, thank you.
No, that's that one. But Bob, that's, that one's.
This
in there.
one?
Yeah. It's application number 8.
Lamo, for Fontaine or Lamo?
No, Fontaine. This is
Fontaine.
Fontaine's monthly requisition.
Okay, motion to approve, where's the number?
Top rate.
It's application number 8.
Application 8, in the sum of the 267,507,656, is that the number?
Nope. Line 8, 2
Oh,
million.
line. 2,000,
2 million.
$2,004, $2,004,180.96.
We have a second, okay. Questions, comments? Mine, this is, we don't have the signed one in the package here. Is this, Eric, have you signed off on?
I have a copy if you'd like a copy of the signed one.
I like the first one.
Okay. All right. So if there's no other questions, comments, all those in favor? All right. All those opposed? That's approved.
It's okay, so this has been signed? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric just said he had signed it, and he's got copies right there.
Is there a date?
And,
December or something.
date, what, do you have, no, he's making a copy now.
Okay. I was just gonna fill in the date. and-
Okay.
The invoice is December 8th.
Yeah.
This is what's left on contingency, there's still $1
Issue
million
rate
dollars.
application.
Yeah.
Contingency.
Yeah, we need,
Okay.
we get to keep it ourselves.
Patty, half an hour.
That would be a big part.
baseball field.
It's a couple of pages back, we get, those are summaries, and the next one, it's a Briggs invoice.
Motion to approve Briggs Engineering and Testing for invoice number 011-27562. Oh, no, that's not, the number is 74629 for the sum of $1,608.50.
Give me a second, okay, questions, comments? All right. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? It's been approved.
Motion to approve Skanska invoice 131-138-100-12293-7 dated 12/5/14, a sum of $2,365.
Okay, we have a second here, okay. This is West Street improvements, just in case somebody, moving to the next one. Any other questions, comments? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That's been approved.
Motion to approve Vanessa Hagan and Bruslin Incorporated invoice number 019-0623 dated November 6, 2014, for the sum of $70,000,
Nope.
$70,638.
Oh, that's a
No,
total.
wait a minute, total. $17,080.50.
Okay, we have a second. Questions, comments? All right, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? It's been approved. And just backed up to that is the monthly accounting of where we are with everything. Looks like we're about 46% through on the total budget here. You know, the total approved on the building side. And just 18% in on the West Street improvement side. So,
What is the percentage in the, currently in the overrides in the project?
in the
Is that
you mean the changes and stuff?
the change orders?
Yep. That was right behind their,
Cover page?
the application for payment. To the next page down, have a summary of the GMP contingencies inside the GMP. It's the, 1,169,000, they've only occurred 67,000 against that, up in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, okay.
The owner contingency is, the changes that we have done, like the linoleum floor and a few things on the right side, whereas 1.283, we've incurred 253 so far out of that.
Okay.
Who's responsible for that? Is it Fontaine or the whole team?
For
As
which?
far as keeping it that low on the contingencies?
Well, I mean, right now, yeah, I mean, it's, the owner contingencies are stuff that we're controlling altogether. The construction contingency is Fontaine's control, but they have to come back to us and ask for approval on it and stuff. I mean, it's, as necessary. I mean, I think they're moving along pretty well, and, they're not, usually it starts to ramp up a little bit as they get near the end of the project, because you're pushing to get the job done, but I mean, the way they're moving right now out there, and with finished painting and stuff already happening, that they should be in good shape for
I was just gonna
next
say,
summer.
It seems like they're doing very well, and thank you, always.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of having a good set of drawings, so that Fontaine could buy out the appropriate subcontractors and not have missed scope. So it's a combination, I think. good complete set of drawings and a contractor that covered everything in the buyout.
Excellent, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? I think the next thing is, next meeting. It's gonna be in January. Do you have a master plan?
27.
Or not until the 27th? Is that gonna, that should be all right with us, so wait until the 27th, or you wanna, do we need to make it a little sooner? To keep up with the, well, probably need to make it a little sooner to keep up with the invoices.
Yeah, I mean, the requisition is gonna be a little bit late, because we're not reviewing it until after the first of the
Right.
year. So it would probably help if it, you know, maybe the week of the 19th, but if it had to be the 27th, I think that would also work.
All right, let's target the 20th then. June 20th, or January 20th, sorry,
June sounds good.
of 2015. That's a Tuesday, yes.
7 PM.
7 PM, yep, here. Okay. There's no other business or items, then take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second?
Second.
Everybody approve?
All right.
Thank you.